Hey guys, it's Amanda here from Supermodel Mama, and today I'm going to show you guys a quick and easy beef stew recipe. What we are going to do is we actually have got some soup bones here that we got from our local farmer's market the other day, and this is what they look like. Now it's a little bit intimidating, I do understand, but these things are amazing. So what they do, what it is it's you get all the nutrients, the bone marrow. These things are filled with so many minerals that you can't really get anywhere else. They are good at treating postpartum depression, which, you know, a lot of my viewers are moms, so I had to throw that one out there. I know a lot of you also are young, and this really helps with insomnia and anxiety, and it really just replenishes all the nutrients that you don't get anywhere else. So these are really, really good to have in your freezer. We're going to put them in our crock pot with our stock here, and we're gonna let them simmer. And that way it'll cook all the meat, and it'll cook all the bone marrow and the nutrients out of there, and then we'll discard the bones. So that's what we're gonna do with those. And then what we're gonna do is take our stew meat here, and this is all local stew meat. It is actually processed on 125, so it's super fresh stuff. Again, I encourage you always to try to buy locally and support your local farmers. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start with putting our soup bones and our broth into my crock pot. Okay, that's done. Now I'm just going to take my broth again. I didn't make any. I have a little bit of chicken broth left and a big box of vegetable broth. I'm just going to cover these bones up until I can't see them anymore. So let me grab a spoon here. Move these guys down. And I'm going to add my broth. Here we go. This is a really quick and easy recipe that you can just throw together in the morning. Put it on low. For me, it's later in the day, so I'm going to turn it on high. Typically, I do this stuff in the morning, but I didn't get around to it yet. And what I used was half a box of chicken stock and a whole box of vegetable broth. The recipe calls for beef broth, but they didn't have it on sale, and we tried to buy organic as much as possible, and it's expensive, so we try to save our money where we can. So I'm going to throw these away, and then I am going to open my meat, and what we're going to do is we're going to coat our meat in some gluten-free flour that we have here. Bob's Red Mill. This stuff's awesome. We've been trying to do a lot of gluten-free stuff because Justin has a gluten intolerance, so it works good. And the only thing is that when you cook with gluten-free stuff, you just can't eat the batter because it doesn't taste good until it's cooked, but there's no difference. So there's a lot of juice in there. Just going to pour it onto a plate. Clean my hands up real fast. Okay. It got all over me, darn it. I hate when that happens. Alright, so now I'm just going to open up my flour. Trusty scissors. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to coat them. So the recipe will be on our website later, and I eyeball things, so I'm not really following a recipe, but for those of you who do, the recipe will be available on the website. So just enough flour to coat it. And I'm going to add cayenne pepper. Not a lot because Layla's going to be eating this and she doesn't really dig spices. Yeah, I'm determined to make her. A little bit of some seasoning. This is just your good old McCormick. Probably not the best thing ever, but it's what I have and that's what I'm using. This is parsley. Sprinkle a little bit of that on there. Basil. Oh, come on. There we go. And I'm just going to toss it to the best of my ability. And over here we have 4 potatoes, 4 carrot sticks, and 3 stalks of celery and some garlic. It's all organic vegetables. And what I did is I washed them with our homemade veggie wash, which I haven't yet posted how to make it, but it's super easy. All you do is fill up your sink, you add a cap full of hydrogen peroxide, and 2 capfuls of apple cider vinegar. And you let them soak, move them around a little bit, and then you put them on a towel and let them dry. Pretty simple. So my meat looks like it's pretty well coated here. I'm just gonna go ahead and add it to my bones that are cooking in my broth. And the flour is gonna add a little bit of thickness to your stew, so. It's a beautiful winter wonderland outside. If you live in Michigan, you're probably getting slammed with snow right now. It's absolutely insane. So this is a perfect, quick and easy meal for a cold winter day. All right, to open up my can of tomatoes. Normally we would just buy tomatoes and crush them up ourselves, but I forgot them, so I had a can of, what are these, diced tomatoes in my pantry, so that's what I'm going to use. Sometimes you forget things. That's okay. So I'm only going to use half of the can because we already have so much liquid in there. And well, I don't want to do that. I'll get a container for that later. Okay. So, like I said, this is pretty easy. What I'm going to do now is just chop up my veggies and then add them in and just turn it on and let it cook. So it's pretty easy, pretty simple. Even for those of you who feel like you can't cook, this is really easy to do. So surprise your family or your parents, cook them dinner one night, or your boyfriend or whoever, and they'll be satisfied with a good, organic, nutritious meal, which is made with extra love. That's what we always say in our family. We always make our food with extra love. We think it tastes better. Just gonna go ahead and add this in. The recipe calls for an onion, but we've been eating a lot of onions lately and we didn't really want to put any in this dish, so I'm not going to. I'm not going to peel the carrots either. It takes too much time sometimes. And when you're busy, nobody's got time for that. I love celery. Alright, I'm going to chop up my carrots now. I'm not a chef, and my slices aren't exactly perfect, but whatever.
Of course you're a chef.
Oh, I am? You want to come say hi? Just real quick. Come say hi. Come over here real fast. Layla.
Come on.
Come say hi to the camera.
Hold on. Just a second. Why can I hear it?
Don't put that over here.
Why?
Go back over there if you're going to use that. I just wanted you to say hi to the camera.
Hi.
Come by mommy so they can see you.
Yeah.
Nah, okay. I tried. Just gonna finish chopping everything up. Get it all put in my crock pot. And then we'll be good to go. I don't always follow recipes exactly, nor do I follow the measurements exactly. So what I'm gonna do is, I had this leftover curry paste in my fridge from a dish I made the other night, and I'm just gonna put a little bit in there to add some flavor. If I can find this spoon. There we go. Just a teaspoon. Now these are big potatoes. These are really pretty potatoes, see? Throw those in, let those cook. Again, I always say this because I'm a firm believer. I really encourage you guys to check out your guys' local farmers markets. If you live in Michigan, I have posted a recipe, well not a recipe, but the website on where to find farmers markets in Michigan. And they're absolutely everywhere, even in the winter. You just have to do your research. So this is a really hearty and wholesome meal. Vino. I love a glass of red wine every now and then. The farmer that we buy a lot of our meat and cheese and butter and milk from gave me a whole bag of garlic the other day. And so this is some of it. And I mean, he literally gave me like 100 cloves of garlic just for free because we support him so much. And you know, that's what's cool about it, is that you help them, they help you, and sometimes, you know, they'll throw in a little something extra for free. And I asked him, I said, what do I do with all this garlic? And he said that one of his neighbors actually will peel all the garlic, put it in like a Ziploc bag, and then freeze it, and then pull it out whenever he needs it. So I haven't done that yet because if you've ever peeled garlic, it's pretty time consuming. So when I have the time, I'll get around to it, but I haven't lately. I've been busy helping you guys, which I love. And if you feel your stock does, or your soup doesn't have enough liquid in it, you can always add a little bit of red wine. Ours looks like it's doing okay, so I'm not gonna add any. Oh, this is a pretty flimsy carrot, darn it. I got these knives at Kohl's not too long ago with like some Kohl's cash coupons, and I actually ended up getting them for free. So I had a set of like, I don't know, I think there was like 4 or 5 knives in it, and I think what are they? They're Bobby Flay knives, and they're really like perfect, you know. I don't have super expensive knives. Maybe one day, but these work for now. Okay, now before I get ahead of myself, the recipe calls for Worcestershire sauce, and just a second. I have some right here. I actually just pulled it out of the trash. I know that's pretty gross, but the reason I put it in the trash is because one of the ingredients in here, the third ingredient, is high fructose corn syrup. Really? Who needs that? Nobody. See ya. Into the trash you go. So, I'm just going to substitute it with the curry paste that I put in. I'll probably add a splash of red wine just for the flavor. And then our Bragg liquid aminos, which if you watched my raw egg chug the other day, this is what we put in it. So I know I use like half the bottle or whatever. Again, I don't follow recipes to a T. I use the ingredients they call for, but not always exactly how they call for it. I learned how to peel garlic like this from watching Rachel Ray's cooking show, which is pretty funny. She's awesome. I love her. But so what you do is you just put your garlic down, you take your knife, careful not to cut yourself, and you just hit it. Then you'll be able to pull the shell off and you'll have the flesh left. And you just chop it up. No, that didn't work too good. Pretty easy. I would have had Layla help me, but she's playing on the iPad. Kids these days. I was outside and running around when I was her age. Cutting out the yucky part of my garlic here. Just mince it up. Or if you like garlic, leave it a little bit bigger. I love garlic. I actually like to roast it. I'll cut the top, cut it like right here so you can see the tops of the garlic cloves. We'll wrap it in some tin foil and then roast it. So good that way. And it's not as potent either, so it's not as like strong. And that's really it, guys. That's all you have to do. Gonna add a couple bay leaves. I don't know why we use these. I don't really think they give them any flavor, but it's like tradition or something. I don't know. I'm just doing it. So put those in and give this a stir. Get everything all covered up. Get my curry paste stirred in. Cover it up. That's it. That's all you do. So easy. And the end result will be nutritious and delicious, and it'll feed this. I only put a pound of beef in there, but with the meat that we'll get from the bones, be like probably 1.5 pounds. So I think it'll feed roughly around 4 or 5 people, adults anyways. So that's it, and stay tuned because I'll show you the end result.
Okay, you're on.
Alright guys, and a couple hours later our beef stew with the bones is all done. And if you can see in here, that's the inside of the bone, and that's where all the bone marrow is. And what I've done is I've just gone through and scraped it all out to add it to the juice of our soup, which is pretty thick because of the flour that we added to it. So now I'm just going to serve it up. Oh, there's no bowls clean in there. Can you see it? Mmm. Good stuff. You hungry? It's probably so hot. Mmm. You're hungry? It's delicious, and it's quick and easy, and it's full of a whole bunch of minerals and nutrients that you can't really get anywhere else. So I encourage you all to try bone soup, and if you need further instructions, follow us on our website, supermodelmama.com, and I'll have the whole recipe for this and how to prepare bone soup as well. So thank you guys.